So in this segment, we're actually going to talk about, to a small degree, are the Tories the real patriots of this country? Because of them, there are delays to payments towards a famous British monument, which is Hadrian's Wall. Farmers are meant to receive compensation for preserving Britain's historical monuments and archaeology, but the payments have been delayed. And this is a part of Britain's legacy. And the simple fact is, Hadrian's Wall payments are being delayed to that and other archaeological sites. So the simple fact is, are the Tory party the real party of the patriots when they are causing problems for Britain's monuments? So delays to new heritage payment scheme for farmers risk erasing and damaging history, with monuments including Hadrian's Wall under threat, the National Trust has warned. And farmers are in charge of looking after this stuff, which I don't believe shouldn't be the case. It should be kind of a trust that deals with it. But hey ho, here we go. Payments to reward farmers for looking after the environment on their land are also supposed to compensate them for preserving Britain's historic monuments and archaeology. Sounds like socialism, but this has been delayed, leading to a brewing row with the trust, which warns that heritage is being put at risk, which it absolutely is. The first phase of the Sustainable Farming Incentive launched in November, with the government set to reward farmers for keeping their soil covered in the winter and reducing their runoff from their land to reduce water pollution. So essentially the UK are going to spin this as environmental stuff, but this is mainly to do with reducing farming in the UK because of the fact that farms need a lot of subsidies, and so essentially the UK is going to subsidise farmers to not farm, which we mentioned before. Plans to include dry stone walls, traditional farm buildings, and burial sites have been pushed to the back of the queue. And the fact that we're doing this to burial sites is incredibly disrespectful. Countryside and heritage groups said these aspects were originally supposed to come out in the second phase of the scheme, set to launch after the initial rollout at the start of 2022. So this year, it should have started this year, but it's now scheduled for 2025. So what are these farmers meant to do for the next 3 years then? Absolute madness. Announcement sees nature as a sideshow and risks erasing or damaging history, and these things will be very hard to repair. These are a part of Britain's legacy at the end of the day. These are things that tourists may go to visit. I have no interest to go see Hadrian's Wall, but I guarantee you there will be some people in the UK and also abroad that might be interested in seeing it, and Hadrian's Wall is going to be damaged because of this. The Trust also raised concerns over the scheme's focus on encouraging farmers not to damage historic monuments on their land, rather than providing opportunities to improve them as current schemes do. So I interpret that as saying, the subsidies are there to keep things as is rather than improving things like they could do. The Trust said the government was downplaying the importance of the heritage and the need to help farmers care for historic features on their land, which, shocker, is absolutely true. Bronze Age burial sites and Roman villas also at risk. The Heritage at Risk Register compiled by the Historic England shows that several parts of Hadrian's Wall are in unsatisfactory condition and at risk from arable ploughing, which means farming essentially. Essentially I think people are farming on the land when they maybe shouldn't be. It's hard to know. Other sites at risk include hundreds of barrows, ancient burial sites, Roman villas, and the remains of medieval forts. These are real historical places which, the UK should be absolutely preserving. These people, the Tories claim they're patriots. They care about Britain, our rich history and empire and all this stuff, right? They don't even care about the monuments within our own country. A significant amount of Britain's archaeological heritage is thought to have been damaged by agricultural activity over the years. Why are we paying them subsidies to protect these things then? With most of Britain's Bronze Age burial sites destroyed by ploughing and looting. I mean, it's just absolutely abhorrent, isn't it, that this is happening? Britain's legacy. If you're history, if you like history, then it's going to be even worse because you would know the historical origins of these, sites, these Hadrian's Wall, etc. It's just ridiculous. In particular, peat bogs, which are known for their preservative qualities, have been drained and stripped for horticulture, threatening the archaeological value they often contain. I mean, again, why are we doing this? These are historical sites that absolutely should be preserved. Why is the UK doing this? for short-term, greed. Essentially, it just doesn't make any sense. Existing schemes, which are due to come to an end in 2024, have helped to save 1,200 scheduled monuments, leading to their removal from the at-risk register the agency added. So they're actually doing something good. Jonathan Thompson, senior heritage advisor at the CLA, said, "I don't think anyone is suggesting that bad faith is involved." Like, my guy, stop, please. Whenever people say this about the Tories, it hurts me, because if you're not saying bad faith is not involved, you're suggesting incompetence. Like, don't do this. Stop giving them such an easy out. It's obvious they're doing this on purpose because they don't care about this stuff. That's why. Why do you think they're getting rid of farmer subsidies? They're talking about, Britain, how the farmers are going to thrive, the fishermen are going to thrive, and oh no, it's all gone wrong. It's down to bad faith. They did this knowing these things will happen. Stop. I guess he'll have to do this, because if he calls the government bad faith actors, they could cut him out. But the simple fact is, these appear to be bad faith actors, and they're making these decisions in bad faith because they think people won't care. So the greater the delay, the greater risk of it's not happening, with the damage consequences that would ensue. And the simple fact is, the more these historical monuments get damaged, the harder they will be to repair. And I don't know how that's going to impact tourism in the region, because I don't know how popular Hadrian's Wall is. But the simple fact is that these should be protected monuments. These are a part of Britain's history. I don't know how many tourists visit Hadrian's Wall, but the simple fact is that it should be protected. These burial sites, especially burial sites, burial rituals are sacred to so many people around the world. Honestly, it's just ridiculous that this is happening. So painful. And the fact is, the UK have delayed this rollout. Why? Why have you done this? It doesn't make any sense. Classic Sunak and classic Defra. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.